Alright, so I wanted to talk about this for some time now, and I think it's very plausible that we're going to get Marvel Spider-Man 2 on PC within a year from the original release. So let's say the game releases like June or July. I'm not saying it's going to release then, but let's say it releases like July 2023 or something. Then the most likely time we're going to see Marvel Spider-Man 2 come out on PC would be like, June of the same date, but in 2024. And the reason I say this is because recently there's been an article and a lot of articles talking about this very specific thing that you see on the screen, which says PlayStation games will wait at least a year before their PC release, except for live service titles. And if you don't know what a live service game is, it's practically your types of games like Marvel's Avengers and things where you have all of these purchases and stuff like that. And I can sort of get that. Why wait for a cash cow game to get released a year later? But single player heavy hitter games, obviously I think a year's time is a good enough buffer for all the PlayStation people to have their time with it, and then everybody else gets it on PC. And I'm completely fine with that because I'm a PC guy first, but I started off with the PlayStation, right? I started off with PlayStation 2, and then 3, and then 4, and now 5. So I'm completely cool with this. I never understood the whole console, or rather the elitism of people being like, no, it's my games and it stays on PlayStation. I never understood that, because shouldn't the point of video games be let everybody enjoy them and share the same passion and love? Because there's nothing worse than not being able to afford, like, let's say a PlayStation 5, and that's still a reality for so many people nowadays, because you just can't find these. I've been lucky to have a PlayStation and have been able to play, all of these new games with full ray tracing and everything, and it looking gorgeous. But I mean, the reality is it's not easily accessible even 2 years later, which is a damn shame. So this is really good news if this is the case. So like Marvel Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok they both probably land like a year. So God of War Ragnarok's about to come out now, and then realistically a year from now we're going to have it on PC. So that's awesome. But let me go more in depth here on the actual article. Okay, so PlayStation Studios head Herman Holst thinks Sony's future console games will have to wait at least a year before coming to PC, aside from live service titles. So, speaking to Julian Cheese, I know his name's not cheese, like, food cheese, but that's kind of how it's pronounced. Holst outlined the future of Sony's dual platform release strategy. I think going forward, we'll see at least a year before it releases on PlayStation and on the PC platform, possibly with the exception of live service games. Live service games are a bit different in nature because you want to have a strong community, strong engagement right away, right when you go live. So we might, in the case of our live service offerings, go day and date with PC and the PlayStation platform. So the traditionally console-focused company expects half its annual releases to be on PC and mobile by 2025. That is very ambitious, actually. Sony's sixth PC title, Spider-Man Remastered, released in August. It'll be followed by PC ports of Miles Morales, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection later in the year. I'm actually really excited for Uncharted games to come to PC. I think that's a really big move. Please, also, I don't know how many of you guys agree with this, but God, guys, please remaster the Infamous games, man. Like Infamous 1 and 2, please remaster those and bring them to PC as well. God, dude, that is so... Let me know if you want to see that as well. I know this is mainly a Marvel Spider-Man 2 focused video, right? But at the same time, dude, seeing all of these games would be so cool. And then last year, obviously, Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan stated that PlayStation was planning to bring a whole slate of games to PC. So we've already had this happen ages ago. Days Gone, all that stuff. So then we go to the next article. PlayStation says half of its releases will be on PC and mobile by 2025, and PS4 releases will be phased out. This is sad, man, but I mean, it makes sense, because if you keep making games for PS4 and PS5, obviously it's gonna suffer on both fronts, on both consoles. And the reason being is the PS4, unfortunately now, is aged hardware, so then you'd have to optimize for that console on top of trying to pack in new features for the new one. Unless you do something insane like with Titanfall 1, where they somehow made it run on the Xbox 360, dude. Like almost flawlessly, even though it was downgraded. It was insane. But anyways, that's not the point right now. The president of Sony's PlayStation business has said the company expects half its annual releases to be on PC and mobile by 2025. What gets me is mobile. How would that work, right? Because look at this. They've got like a pretty big, yeah, the evolution for PC now. It's gone insane, right? PC and especially mobile gaming now is, and it has been dominating the whole gaming sphere for a while, dude. And that's so, like, you know, I personally think it's cool. I would love to see a lot more mobile games that are really damn good. Like, I think that's something that'd be so cool. But by expanding to PC and mobile, and it must be said also to live services, we have the opportunity to move from a situation of being present in a very narrow segment of the overall gaming software market to being present pretty much everywhere. That is very true. That's, if you want to win, you do this. If we do this right, if we execute with intelligence and we execute with excellence, the opportunities for significant growth in the number of people who play our games, the number of people who enjoy our games, and the number of people who spend money in our games is exponentially a large one. So, yeah. I mean, hey, dude, it is so cool to see that, you know, it all started with like Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone, and God of War. And now we're having Uncharted 4, Thieves, and an Uncharted Lost Legacy coming to PC. So, I mean, and yeah, this is big. So, like, PlayStation acquired Nixie Software, which worked on a bunch of different games, and obviously that brought Marvel Spider-Man Remastered and, you know, Miles Morales as well is coming. So, like I said, Marvel Spider-Man 2 and God of War Ragnarok, which are some of the biggest games that we're all waiting for, will definitely come to PC, right? It's not like, oh, are they? Nah, dude. I mean, have you seen the sales for Marvel Spider-Man, and have you seen sales for God of War on PC? It is insanity. It is actually insane. I mean, dude, like, come on. Like, look at stuff like this here. Like, on this, it's the sales are going crazy, man. So there's no reason to not bring these to PC. Sony wins because they've already had a year of their games on PlayStation 5 or whatever, and then they bring it to PC and boom, you're just having a good time. They're making all these sales. All the PC people like myself are enjoying being able to choose, oh, do I want to play it on a PS5? Do I want to play it on a different, because I have a 1440p ultra wide monitor. So for me, I love the immersion that the ultra wide aspect gives me. So if I get to play games like Marvel Spider-Man in that resolution, it is an incredible experience. So just imagine like playing God of War Ragnarok like that, or playing literally any game that's coming out. And this is the best news because, you know, obviously if you have a PS5, you're not losing in this situation. You still get to enjoy the games as they're intended, but then they get to also port them to a whole different platform. So like I said, everybody wins. And it's just, I'm just so excited to see where we go from here, because there's just going to be more and more titles. I hope we get a lot more single player games, because, you know, live service games are cool and all, man, but it's also important to have those incredible single player experiences. And I mean, Sony's really been delivering with those. So let's see what happens. And hopefully other big, you know, I mean, obviously Xbox and all that, whatever, like they can also learn from that. Nintendo's been doing pretty good, but it still would be so cool to see Nintendo do something like this, where they're like, hey, you know what? Let's bring like Bayonetta 3 to PC, or Bayonetta 2. I mean, Bayonetta 1 was on PC. I've been playing that, so I mean, it would be really cool to have Bayonetta 2 and 3 come to PC, right? Like, there's so many cool games that would be so... I mean, imagine just playing like a Nintendo game on PC. That would feel so unorthodox, but it would be so cool. You can do it through emulation and stuff, but I mean officially. Anyways, I'm not gonna ramble on anymore. It's just a fun video where I get to talk about stuff that I enjoy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this too, and let me know, do you want to see games come out like this, like let's say Marvel Spider-Man 2 comes out and then a year later it comes to PC? Do you want to see stuff like that? Are you excited for the possibilities? Now let me know what game series from Sony you like to see remastered. Would you like to see a new Sly Cooper game? Because where the hell is Sly Cooper at? And where Jack and Daxter? Where's Infamous 1 and 2? Sony, Sony, please, I beg you. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have yourselves an absolutely wonderful day. Take care. Peace.